Hello everyone and welcome to a quick bootleg episode of Trek Canon. So today we are covering season 3 episode 9 of Star Trek Picard entitled VOX. Now because this is a bootleg episode, I'm probably going to be jumping around, but I'm trying to keep it chronologically correct as we go through, man. But look, there's going to be spoilers ahead. So if you have not watched this, outstanding. And when I say outstanding, I know I've said that for all the episodes, but look, when I say outstanding, So we pick back up in an episode, man, where Counselor Troy is trying to go in telepathically or empathically, I should say, into Jack, man, to try to go into this red door and see what's going on. Now, I did a whole video about the power wraith and everything like that because I seen the fire. But look, if you go back to my earlier episodes before I had got corrupted by the internet, it was based on canon, man. So it had to be the Borg. But how could the Borg do something with Jack, man? Jack was never assimilated. But anyway, man, Counselor Troy, man, she runs up out the room. She goes straight to Picard and Beverly, who inside this other place, man, other office, and she proceeds to tell him, hey, man, the Borg is the Borg. And that's why Jack, he's always wanting to feel connections with people and everything. And did I mention that it's the Borg, man? Now we got to initiate some protocols because I had just said it was the Borg. Basically, man, we found out that the Ironic syndrome that Picard had all these years was misdiagnosed, okay? What's going on? And this explains a lot in canon too, because we used to think it was leftover nanites inside people who were assimilated that caused them to hear Borg transmissions when the Borg is close. Well, if that was the case, man, those people have a little bit of issue joining back up with Starfleet, and Picard didn't have an issue going back to Starfleet, even though he was cleared, which means he was cleared all of Borg nanites or after Borg nanites. But anyway, that's besides the point. What's going on is that the Borg change your DNA so that you can communicate with the implants, and the implants can communicate with your biology better. And that makes so much sense. Wait, man, the changelings, the reason they've been basically going into Starfleet and posing as transporter officers is because they've been basically putting this, transporting this DNA pattern in as far as being receivers into Starfleet personnel and Federation personnel, pretty much everybody who steps through the transporter. But the little caveat is that we find out is that since it's going into the frontal cortex or something like that, anyway, one of them front parts of the brain or something like that, that once you pass 25 and it's developed, then it no longer works on you. So basically everybody under 25 is susceptible to this. So, man, they got to go and they got to warn Starfleet because they like, look, well, before I'm going to get ahead of myself, man, Jack was like, look, I'm going to mind control two security officers. I'm going to get off the ship and I'm finna go confront the Borg Queen because she ain't got nothing on me, man. So, Picard told him the story of JAcUTUS and everything like that, and how hard it was and basically how impossible it was for him to resist her, and how he felt about killing loved ones and all that kind of stuff. And again, you can see the anger that Picard has for the Borg. That never really subsided. Wait, so Jack is gone. He taps into his Borgness, man, and he like, look, tell me where I'm going. So he programs the shuttle to warp off into this place, man, that's this like nebula. It's always a nebula in Star Trek. I don't know where they finding all these nebulas at. But anyway, it's a nebula. And he cuts off his transponder, man, so they can't figure out where he at. But he goes moseying on through the nebula, man, and find a big old Borg thing. All right. So he goes aboard with one phaser. I don't know. Look. And I don't know what's the deal with, did they bring back the old style TOS phasers, old movie phasers? I wonder what happened to the actual phaser upgrades that people had. Those got eliminate people from existence. Those got disintegrate options. We should have really brought those. Anyway, so that's what he decides to do. He ends up face to face with the Queen, loses that battle, and ends up getting the tentacle in his neck. Now, let's just go into the whole fact of how this assimilation plan from the changelings was awesome. I mean, like, if you gonna do it, you can't do it by yourself because they got this biological virus that'll wipe out your species. So why not get the Borg to do it? And at first I was thinking it was JAcUTUS, but it's JAcUTUS' son. Look, man, that plan was tight. That was a tight plan. And then to have all the Starfleet vessels interconnected, I don't know what they was thinking on that. They didn't learn from Discovery how that worked out with that whole Section 31A out there. Oh my God, did I just mention Discovery? Well, it is canon. Wait, man, but we get to see Admiral Shelby. Yeah, man, Admiral Shelby makes a return, man, from Best of Both Worlds 1 and 2, and she's an admiral now. And I agree with Picard. That's kind of interesting that she'll be like, yeah, man, let's interconnect all our ships to form kind of a hive Starfleet vessel fleet thing. I gotta say, I gotta really wonder how the rank structure in Star Trek goes because, you can have people that's your subordinates a minute ago, and now they all super fleet admirals, and like, how did that work out? Look, Commander Riker, his career path really took a hit when he got married to Deanna Troi. So, man, they decide to whoop over there to Frontier Day, man. When I say they, I'm talking about the crew of the Titan, and they try to get this transmission off real quick, man. They hook up with Shelby, but is interrupted. They ship is part of the Starfleet collective system thing now, man. But when they start doing this, man, they get this transmission, everything starts to turn Borg, right? Seven picks up on it first, man. The computers get that green, typical green thing from the Borg, man, and everybody under 25 just start being assimilated, start tripping. It's a really cool process. But let me tell you what was even messed upper. They start eliminating everybody who's not Borg. One group, I think it was the Excelsior, they took their bridge. First of all, shout out to the Excelsior, man. Anyway, they took their bridge back and they remote piloted they ship out there, man, and just straight up destroyed it. So taking a ship, that's probably not a good idea. So anyway, everybody makes it down to the maintenance bay, man, and we get the, man, scene hurt my heart. Shaw, man, he trying to stand guard again, man, get everybody up out of there. He ends up getting shot, and he finally says, hey, seven stays. Seven, and of course, that means Ralphie stays. But touching, man, he's like, look, the ship is yours now. 7 to 9. You look, that hurt my heart, man. But I thought Shaw was going. I was hoping Shaw would get a spinoff, man, or we'll get to see Shaw in the future, or you know what I'm saying. We'll get the Shaw be standing alongside everybody later at the end of the whole debacle that's going on. Wait, man. So they get on the ship, man, and Data and LaForge, and Data is like, he said something like, "Hey, man, we get out here, basically we're gonna die and everything like that." And so LaForge's like, man, you could be a little bit more optimistic. And being Data, being the person that he is, man, look, well, I hope we die quickly. Oh, that was hilarious. So they got to come up with a plan, man, but they can't do it in this shuttlecraft, and they got to get away from this fleet. So, man, LaForge comes up with the idea, hey, man, I got something that we could do. So they end up warping over to the Space Museum, and I'm thinking to myself, they finna get the Defiant. I'm already giddy at the moment. But look, let me tell you something. When they showed the Enterprise D, and they talked about how they got the soft secession up off the planet because of the Prime Directive, how he got, and when I say he, how the Force spent the last 20 years, borrowing parts from other ships and everything like that to refit the Enterprise D. And, they asked what, too bad we couldn't have took the G. And it was like, well, we couldn't have took the F, and everybody looked at Worf, it's not my fault. Hilarious. So, man, look, when they walked on the bridge of the Enterprise D, and the lights start coming on, and everybody was standing on the bridge. Let me tell you the feeling I got. It was the same teary-eyed feeling that I got in the episode Relics from the Next Generation, where Picard took Scotty to the holodeck. And for people who haven't seen Relics, I'm not even going to give that away. But it was the same feeling that I had from Relics, and I swear to God, I had to stop myself from tearing up. Look, man, they all reminisce about, being on a ship. They, Riker tells Picard, basically the same thing that Spock and Bones told Kirk, man, we family, when, hey, we with you. You never alone. We'll go across this galaxy with you, man. And look, Picard says stations. LaForge took his OG pilot, first out the episode 1, pilot position. Data took his position, Riker talking about some, hey, man, does the bridge look smaller? We just gotten bigger. And I might have to agree, man. The bridge did look a little smaller. They looked a little big. But, man, everybody took their stations. Of course, Worf got to crack jokes about, man, I like the weapon layout. And, Troy had to throw that, whip on him and be like, come on. All right, not the time. So, man, we got to see what we got to see. And I'm going to tell you what that is. We got to see a Make It So, leaving out the space dock, beautiful, the Enterprise D and all this CG glory, none of that 25% change BS. Look, and then we got to see Picard with the finger. engage. Oh man, look, this episode was tight. This episode was the crap. Look, I'm sorry for telling everybody about it being a power wraith. Like I said, I had got misguided for a second, but hey, this right here is all right and is even more. Look, this makes the story even better, because if it was a power wraith, I would then have to be like, but a power wraith is almost a god, man. They could have took over that whole everything, man. Like, what's up with that? But look, the red eyes, that threw me off. The red eyes thing threw me off, because nothing about eating. Now, if they had green eyes, but that would have been too dead of a giveaway. But man, look, this season, this season is, look, I can't wait for the episode 10, man. The Enterprise D going to save the day, man. Starfleet is taking out, well, the Borg is got in a formation, man. Interesting formation too, though. Anyway, above Sector 001 yet again. They targeting a space dock. They finna take out the Earth's defenses. Man, look. Awesome. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And as always, peace, recycle, and save the whales. I think I'm finna watch this episode again. That was all right with me.